Last night, as we began Slichot, we began to recite the short bvidui of Hashamnu, and we will continue to recite Hashamnu through Yom Kippur itself. But soon on Yom Kippur, we will also recite the longer version of the 44 statements of Al-Chet. One of the confessions we recite as part of that vidui is Al-Chet shechatanu lefanecha bvidui peh, for the sin we committed against you through verbal confession. But what is a sin of verbal confession? How does one actually do such a terrible sin? The answer is simple. Vidui is a necessary prerequisite for true tshuva. But when a person is insincere, that insincerity in the process of tshuva actually compounds the sins for which a person is confessing. Or as Rav Avram Pam Zatzal explained, if a person merely gives lip service to repentance, reciting the required text without sincerely committing himself or herself to change and improve, that confession is not merely inadequate. It's an expression of sheer gall and audacity. The Rambam, in describing the procedure of tshuva in Hilchot Tshuva, Perek Bet, Halacha Gimel, this presents the famous analogy of Tovel v'sheretz biyado, a person who goes into the mikveh for purposes of purification while holding in his hand a sheret, something that rendered him impure in the first place. Needless to say, such an immersion cannot effectively remove the impurity. Similarly, the Rambam writes, one can't earn atonement and purification from sin if that person doesn't cast away the sin by resolving in their hearts never to repeat the given offense before verbally confessing. However, insincere confession, the chet of vidui pem, is even worse than tovel b'sheretz biyado, because seeking to atone for one's wrongdoing by simply reciting a confessional text, by saying the al-chet, clapping over your heart, but without any commitment to change, reflects a distorted perspective on the nature of sin in the process of tshuva. It suggests that the person is capable of erasing the sins from his record without undergoing any transformation. It's as if they think the al-chet or the ashamnus are a kind of hocus pocus ritual that somehow can clear a record without requiring any effort. Such a confession is not merely inadequate. It is, simply put, the ultimate of chutzpah. And therefore, we need to remember as we draw closer to Rosh Hashanah itself that tshuva is more than just the words we recite. It's the regret and the resolute determination to work to making ourselves better and not to sinning in the future, to growing closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and his Torah by fulfilling them with all of our heart, all of our intent, and avoiding the pitfalls of the year that has just passed.